Welcome back. I hope everyone's learning loads and enjoying yourselves. Up next, this workshop covers a very important topic, phishing. Let us welcome Jem George and Joseph Nigel, who will walk us through Phishing Made Easy, SniperPhish, a web email spear phishing toolkit.
Hi all, thank you for joining today's demo session on SniperPhish. Myself is Joseph Nigel, and along with me we have Jem George, who is also the author of this tool. Before we introduce ourselves, I'll give you a quick intro on SniperPhish. So SniperPhish is an open source phishing toolkit designed to quickly set up and execute phishing engagements and security awareness trainings. SniperPhish make it easy for anyone to create and run phishing campaigns, track user interactions, both web and email-based interactions centrally, and then generate customized reports based on our requirement. The toolkit itself is designed in PHP and it supports both Linux and Windows platform. The idea behind this tool is simple: to make it easy for someone who is new to this field to start setting up the phishing environment, run the campaign, and then observe the results. While working with other open source toolkits out there similar to SniperPhish, we observed that the most difficult thing is one, to enable tracking for all user actions throughout the campaign. Two, to have customizations based on the campaign requirement, for example, send delay between emails. And the third one would be to generate customized reports based on the end user requirement or the client requirement. So with SniperPhish, we believe all these challenges would be addressed. Okay, let me introduce myself. I'm Joseph Nigel, a security consultant with 13 plus years of industry experience. I'm also a CTF player, participated in local and international CTFs under the team name Redx. During my career, I have supported multiple organizations in identifying security holes or bugs in their infrastructure and application and help them in securing it. I am OCP certified. My area of focus is Windows and Active Directory exploitation. I'm a continuous learner, a security enthusiast, and a wannabe red teamer. Now I would leave the floor open to my colleague Jem George to talk about himself and the tool he had created.
Thanks, Nigel. Hello, everyone. My name is Jem George. I am here because I would love to introduce our phishing toolkit with you. I'm very happy to see you all. And I'm a security consultant currently from Singapore. I'm also a CTF player and I have participated in bug bounty competitions. And I have acknowledged from tech giants such as Google and Cisco. In my free time, I develop security tools. SniperPhish is one of such security tool I developed and one of my favorite one. And also a Google product expert. It's a volunteer program. I'm mainly focusing on Gmail and Google accounts. And this is about me in brief. For more details, you can connect me through my LinkedIn account. And now let's move to our agenda. Let's see what all we are covering in this session today. The first one, we are going to explain the basic terms like phishing, spear phishing, attacks, etc. Maybe it's a good time to refresh. Next, we are talking about web email spear phishing attack. We know the most of the phishing attacks are carried out through email and web. Let's see how. Next one is the professional approach. Maybe we will see how we are conducting this spear phishing attack in an organization or a company. Next one, we are introducing our SniperPhish. We can see why we developed our SniperPhish and what are its components, what are its features, etc. Next, I will be showing you the demo. It's from the demo we will start from the scratch, like starting from installation, configuration. Then we will send a test phishing campaign, and based on that, we will analyze the result. After the demo, we will see what are the future plans we are going to introduce into our SniperPhish, what are the new modules, etc. And after that, we are wrapping up. Let's go to next slide. Phishing, an effective social engineering attack. We know phishing is the one of the commonly used and effective social engineering attack used to target organization or any company. Let's see what are the types of phishing attacks and what are the factors determining its success. First, the types of phishing attacks. First one is spear phishing. We know it's a targeted attack that we call as spear phishing. Maybe we are targeting a company or organization directly. The next one is whaling. That means we are targeting on higher class employees like a CTO, CEO, etc. The clone phishing is, we have seen a lot of phishing websites like the clone of Facebook or clone of LinkedIn, clone of Gmail, etc. We are creating a clone of those login or clone of those websites to perform the phishing attack. Next one is phishing attack. We use telephone or any voice method to carry out phishing attack. Next one is SMS phishing. We will be sending a SMS message or any text message to conduct phishing attacks. Let's see what are the factors determining the success of an effective phishing attack. One is being stealthy. That means if we are sending an email, it should not be suspicious. The employees will be, or any the target victim should be able to realize this is a real email and they should respond to the email accordingly. And the phish, that means the information we want to get after conducting a phishing attack. Maybe if we are creating a clone of Gmail and if we are sending that to the victims are supposed to submit their real email address and their password. So after that, we got the required information. That's the phish. But for what we are conducting the phishing attack, we need to get those details, get those data from the victim. Now Nigel will be explaining the next slide.
Okay, now we can talk about typical phishing attack. We have an attacker and a victim user. Attacker crafts the email after collecting information about the target victim or the victim organization, and then send the email with the phishing URL using the configured mail server. The mail server can be his own mail server or a third-party relay server, and the attacker would use that to send the malicious or the phishing email to the victim user. Once the victim user receives the email, he would have gone through the email and probably might have clicked the phishing URL, which would redirect the user to the web server hosting the malicious form or a survey page. And the malicious form could be similar to a Microsoft login page or a company portal, and the user might think that it would be legitimate and he would enter his credentials or a token based on how the portal works, and then those details would be captured by the attacker. The attacker also, along with the URL, he might have embedded other tracking codes which could be used to capture or track the user interactions. Let's say whether the email has been received by the victim user, whether he had accessed the email, whether he had clicked on the malicious URL, whether he had submitted the credentials. All these can be tracked by the attacker by using a tracking code embedded within the HTML code or within the email content itself. Now we are going to talk about in more detail about the professional approach, phishing approach. So we start with information gathering. We look for information about the company or the organization. We look for information about users, their email IDs, email ID formats. We look for sample email templates to understand the writing styles, logos, signatures, fonts they use. We look for websites or portals belonging to the client. We research to see whether they're using any cloud-based portals like Microsoft Azure or ADFS. Then we would go to the scenario preparation phase, where we need to create scenarios which is more realistic. We can look for any recent events that has happened in the company, or any events that is going to happen. We can look for news or articles related to the organization to get an understanding of any such things happening, and then we can use that to prepare the scenario. Or we could have any scenario which is more generic in sense, for example, surveys or anything related to something happening in the region or country, from kind of a promotion or something like that. And then based on the scenario which has been finalized, we need to purchase our domain. So it's better to look for a domain which has some categorization. We could easily look for expired domains belonging to the organization which we are targeting, or we could look for domains which are more apt for our scenario. Once the domain is finalized, we need to choose the phishing framework. While choosing the phishing framework, make sure the one we choose is more easy to set up and has good level of customization to meet our requirements. Then we need to set up the mail server. We can set our own mail server, or we can go for any third-party mail relay gateways. Make sure we configure the security headers like SPF, DKIM, DMARC, and create the host records for that. Then set up the phishing website. So this is where the website is designed in terms of how we need to make it legitimate. For example, it could be a clone of the company portal, or it could be a cloud portal, kind of a Microsoft Cloud portal, which is used for logging into the organization network. The phishing website, we can have our tracking code, or the code which is used to capture the credentials. We can have it embedded to the phone. And once the phishing website is set up, we need to host it. We can host it by our own, or we can use any web hosting service. Once that is done, we can connect our mail server with the phishing toolkit or the phishing framework, and then configure the landing pages. Like once the user clicks the email link in the email, where it should land the users to. And then we need to test the setup. We need to do trial runs to make sure that emails are getting delivered. Our code is working proper. We are able to capture the credentials, and the website is looking legitimate. All the security SSL based SSL settings have been enabled. And once we are ready to go, we can start with the campaign and wait for the results. When we start the campaign, make sure we are not sending all the emails at one point. Rather, we can have a send delay between emails, because normally if we are sending or triggering all the emails at a single point in time, it would be considered as an attack, and there's high chance that our IP might get blacklisted. Now we need to wait for the mails to get delivered, the user to access it, and then he clicks the URL, phishing URL, and where he will be redirected to the phishing form to submit the credentials. We would run the campaign for at least like a week or so, and then observe the results. We need to generate the report based on our requirements and then submit it to a customer or end user. So now the question is, why SniperPhish? So here we are highlighting some of the key features or what we think would add value or benefit to the users for SniperPhish. We are not going to talk about the common features which are available in most of the platforms. We are going to talk about something that is specific to SniperPhish here. So the first point is like we can combine email and web-based phishing campaigns, observe the results on a centralized dashboard, and generates a report from both the campaigns. We can avoid website-specific tracker coding. There's no need for that. We can generate tracker codes directly from SniperPhish, which is JavaScript-based codes. And since most of the browsers or the web servers support JavaScript, the tracker code can be added to any kind of website. There is no limitation on the number of tracker codes that can be generated. We can have multiple tracker codes generated, and we can use that to track phishing website having n number of pages. Other option we have incorporated is like mail sending customization, for example, sending delays between emails. To meet privacy protection laws and policies, like we have options, customized options, where we can choose what to be recorded or what to be generated in the report. By this, we can avoid any post-identified data from the report which is getting generated. To minimize report modifications, we have enabled options to select multiple fields from what has been recorded, and we have different timestamps format, so you can choose what need to be recorded and in what time format. Something that provides a modern approach, we have options to have QR codes or barcode instead of phishing URLs in the email template. So mobile users can use a QR code scanners directly, open the email and scan for this QR codes, which will take them to the phishing website. Convenient way to handle payloads. This is still in development. At present, we are hosting the payload in the same server. And the payload which is hosted, the files which we are trying to upload, or the plain text payload which you are trying to copy would get uploaded, and you would be provided with a link to access it. We have also included encoding and encryption options. At present, we have only encoding options enabled. We are also trying to bring in encryption options like XOR, AES. Currently, we have base 64, base 32, and other options enabled like Route 13. We think these options would be helpful for you and make your life easier when setting up a phishing campaign, running the campaign, and generating the report. Okay, now we are going to talk about the core components of SniperPhish. The first would be the email campaign manager. This is where all our campaigns would get listed. We also have options to configure user groups and email templates specific for the campaign. We can also configure our mail relay server, which could be used to relay emails from the phishing toolkit to the victim user. Next, we have the web tracker generator. This is where the tracker code would get generated. We have multiple options to choose from depending upon what we need to track. For example, the visiting time, the victim OS, IP address like public private IP address, browser agent, the browser type, etc. Now we have the symbol tracker module. As the name suggests, this it works as a symbol tracker and it can be used for either email or web-based campaigns. Next, we have the report generator. This is where we could list our completed campaigns and then generate customized reports based on our requirements. It supports reports in CSV, Excel, and PDF format. Then we have two add-ons, which is payloads and SniperPhish. Payloads, this is used for uploading our malicious DLL or exe files and converting that to reflective payloads, which could be injected in memory from PowerShell. SniperHost, the final payload which is generated can be copied here in plain text and then can be converted to a download URL with the help of SniperHost. It also supports encoding options like base62 or base32 or base64. And also we can set the content type header, like what content type header we need to set here. The payloads can be hosted on the same server, which is where the toolkit is running, or on a different server. Just we need to hardcode the name of the server where the payloads need to be hosted.
So let's move into our demo session. Here we are starting from the scratch. Initially, we will install SniperPhish into our web server. Then we will configure it. After that, we will be creating a simple phishing campaign consisting both email and a phishing website. So this campaign will be targeting our own company. It's a demo company we created for this demo. And we have some employees in the company and we are targeting to those employees. So initially, let's see what are the prerequisites. So SniperPhish requires a web server and a MySQL DB initially. So the web server should be supporting PHP 7.3 version at least, and then SniperPhish will be saving its data in a MySQL DB. So here we have already a subdomain syncon.sniperphish.com. So we are hosting SniperPhish here. Let's see our hosting. Let's open our file manager. So this is our subdomain root directory. Let's upload our SniperPhish files here. I have already downloaded the files here. This is a SniperPhish zip file. You can download it from our GitHub repository. So now let's upload this. After uploading, we will unzip this, and after that we can remove this zip file. So it looks uploaded successfully. Let's refresh here. We have our SniperPhish. We are extracting here. So it's unzipped. So we can delete this zip file because we no longer needed this. Let's see. We are copying the domain here. So initially we need to go to install. So this the requirements are checked already. The PHP version is 7.3.1. So it means the requirement. We have IMAP extension is enabled, GD extension is enabled, and shell execution function is also enabled. The next step is we need DB name. This is the DB host. It's local host by default because we are using the database in the same server. And we have username and password is needed. Your email is something like we can provide in case we forget our SniperPhish login password we will get from in this email address. So we need all these details initially. So we can go to our hosting and then we can create our database and username, password, etc. So let's check for database. We have a MySQL database here. Now we are going to create a new database. So con syncon snai just created. Then we are copying this database name here. Now we need a created database user. So the password is something we need to get. We are using password generator for this. You need a new password. Then we are copying this. Use the password. Okay, we are copying this password here. Now we are saving this. The database user is this one. User. Now we have created database and the database user. Now we need to add this new user to our database. So this is user. And we have a database here that we created. We are adding this user to our database and we are selecting all privileges. Make changes. So the user is already added to the database. Now let's go back here our installation. Then we are providing the fields, db name, then db username, then db password. So I'm giving info@sniperphish.com as my email address. This is ×1. Then after selecting ×1, we click install. Installation success. SniperPhish will be redirected in a login screen. So installation is completed. I think it's a easy step. It's very easy to install SniperPhish if you have all pre-requirements. Username. By default, admin is the username. Password is SniperPhish itself. SniperPhish in small letters. So this is the login home screen. If you have created any campaigns here, it will be displayed in the main dashboard. Currently, we have no mail campaign, no web trackers, no symbol trackers, and we have not run any campaigns before. So I will be explaining all these details later once we create a simple phishing campaign. So basically, to create a phishing campaign, we need to go through the web tracker menu and then email campaign menu and these two. Remaining modules I will be explaining later. So we have configured SniperPhish. Now let's create a campaign. To create a campaign, we will be having a set of we need a phishing website, and then we need a company, targeting company. We have our own demo company here. So initially, let's host our phishing website. So we are going to our hosting. Opening our file manager here, and then we have created a subdomain and here I have already hosted a phishing website. You can see the phishing website. So opening this one, so you can see we have two HTML pages here. So it's a simple phishing website. We have a login page, then form page, then a thank you URL. Now we can go to our login page. So this is a demo company login page, and we can see our form page, then thank you. So it's a plain HTML using JavaScript and CSS. Basically, I will be explain the scenario. Like, this is our phishing website. Since the user is, or the target victim is supposed to submit their email address here, password here, then they will be pressing a login button. So these two will be tracked in our SniperPhish. Then this will be a price acceptance form. So he will submit a user name and iPhone color and their address to claim this price. So based on this, we will be creating a scenario in the email body, and we are sending this email to the user like this. So you are one of our valuable customer. Sorry, you're one of our valuable employee, and we are providing a iPhone as a gift, and you may submit this data into our phishing website. So they are supposed to open this website and submit data and their personal details. So we will come into our phishing email later. Now let's configure the phishing website. So when a user some data is submitted to the phishing website, we need to capture these details in our SniperPhish. So for that, we have a web tracker page here. We are creating a new tracker. So initially, to capture data from the phishing website, we need to create a capture based on our phishing website, and we need to implement that. So the tracker is actually a JavaScript tracker. We will be adding this to our phishing website. So all data submitted in the phishing website will be tracked back to our SniperPhish server. So let's see what is in our phishing website. The login.html. First, we will be the link we are providing in the mail body will be opening this login page. So let's edit this. So this is our phishing website login page. We can see it's some JSX jQuery. Let's ignore this. Here is our login field. So we have two input fields. Like one is login uname field for submitting email address, and one for password field, and one is submission button. So what we are doing is we need to track these two and the action of submission. So let's create a tracker corresponding to this. We're going to SniperPhish, then we create a tracker name. For example, it can be my web track demo company. So we are selecting what all details to be tracked. So we have when the website is open, we will be tracking the visit time, then public IP, private IP, web browser details, operating system, user agent, all general details are tracking. So here is a public IP. This one is actually used by WebRTC API. Usually, latest browsers are fixed this issue. So if your target company will be using an older version of web browser like Google Chrome or Firefox, we will get a private IP also. That's the internal IP. So next, here we are adding each web pages in our phishing page to be tracked. So the first page is our login page. So we are providing some name to page. Then the phishing page URL. So this is our phishing page URL. Then the form elements, we have a email field and a password field. So it's actually a test field. So we need to add ID value of this email address field. It's a uname. Then we have a password field. It's actually a test field itself. We are copying password. Your password is the ID name. And we have a button that need to be tracked. It's a submission button. Actually, it's a tell submit. Copying this ID value, and then we have created first page. We have created a tracker for the first page. Then we have a form page here. So we need to track details from this also. So now let's go back to our form page. We are editing our form page. Here you can see the field elements. Its first name is a full name. Full name is the ID value. Then we have a select field. Then we have a text area field. Then we have a submission button. So now we are going to create a tracker for the second page, for the second form page. So we added one more page here, and the page name we put some name like form page. So page URL is actually form.html. We are copying this one. So we pasted here. Now we are adding the form elements here. Let's check here. It's a first one is a input field. It's a test field actually. So we are creating a test field added here. Then the second one is a select field. Selecting the font color. Select field. Font color. Then it's a text area field here. It's the ID is user address. Text areas, we select the text area, then add its ID value. Then finally it's a submission button. So it's submit. So we added all tracking details to generate a tracker. So this is a final destination URL. It's actually we can submit a thank you URL. You can copy this. We are not really tracking in the final destination URL. So we have 3 pages here, but we are tracking the first and second page. That is the initial login page and the form page. So if we don't have a final destination URL, just submit, just place as hash. So we have a final page here, the destination URL, then press next. So we have already created the tracker here. This is our tracker code. We already have this jQuery in our website. So we don't need to, you can see the jQuery already added in our website. We don't need to add this jQuery, but we need to add this tracker code here. So we are placing this tracker code in both login page as well as form page. Just place like this. Press save. We are closing this. Then here. So we added our tracker page to both login as well as form page. So if anyone opened this login page or form page or submitted data, it will be tracked in the SniperPhish. Now we are closing this. In case we want to see the tracker code, you can see here it's a tracker code that is generated automatically. So it's a simple web form based on what we provided in the tracker code section. Like we have provided a username and password, 2 input field, 1 submission button. Similarly, we have provided phone color, full name field, then first full name field, then phone color, select HTML and then text area, then 1 submission button. It's just a sample HTML generated for your review only. So if you want to download this as a zip file, you can download that. But if we are running this phishing campaign in a real case scenario, we will be creating a phishing website as a good appearance. Like it will not be the user will not suspect that as a phishing website. So we will be using CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap like that to beautify the phishing website. This is just a HTML, plain HTML. So it's for just need, if you want to try out how this works, it will generate the HTML code automatically in the background. You can host this HTML by downloading from here. So we created a phishing code. Now let's press save. So it's saved out now. Now we go a tracker list. We have created a web tracker for this phishing website. Now it started tracking already, since we already started. Whenever a user visits the website, it will be tracking. Now just give a quick check report. You can see no data because no one has opened our phishing website and submitted any data. So we are now going to create an email campaign. We are sending this URL in the phishing mail body. Then the user will be, the target victim will be clicking on this phishing website, and he will be opening the phishing website and submitting data. So he will get recorded here. Now let's create an email campaign. So these are the prerequisites for running a web email campaign. Phishing website we hosted here, mydemocompany.com. We already created the phishing website and hosted and already configured the phishing website. Now to create and send an email, we need a mail sender details like SMTP info. Then we need a target user accounts. Then we need to create a mail body. It's a mail body that we are sending to the phishing users. Now let's go to a second step. It's a mail sender details, SMTP details. So to send an email, we need a SMTP info. Let's create a SMTP mail account. So we have 5 accounts here. This based on our scenario, we have a demo company, and we have admin and some of the users here. We have a CEO user here. So we are in this scenario, we are actually sending an email from our CEO's account. So in this case, we are using the CEO's email account username and password. So let's check this. We need its configuration details. Here's the details. In the SniperPhish, we are going to create sender list. We are creating a new mail sender here. Just provide some name. It says CEO. Let's link that. Just saying it's we are going to send from a CEO's mail account. It's SMTP server details we need to provide. FMTP mail.democompany.com. So from address is says CEO's mail account, so we copy the mail account. So already tried this before, so we can fill like this. So basically this is the name and this is the mail account we are using. This is the account username. Basically, to send the email, SniperPhish need to log into the mail server, then send a mail. So this is can be the same as CEO's account. We need to provide a password here. Unfortunately, I'm not remembering the password. Let's reset the password for the CEO's user. Manage, generate a new password. We are copying this password. Update settings. So we reset the password. We are providing this account password here, and it's a mailbox details. Actually, this is used for if we in this SniperPhish we have a feature that if we are when we send a mail to our victim, the victim can respond like who is this is like that. They may suspect that it or they may reply and ask for more details about this email like that. So any replies to the phishing mail can be tracked with the SniperPhish. We need to configure the mailbox details. So it's a IMAP path. So it's usually is in the form of shown below. So I'm configuring this. So mailbox we need to provide it send usually comes into inbox, So we are adding this. So this is a mailbox path for incoming mails. If you want to know this is configured. This is mentioned here. Manage. So we are using the incoming mail server details here. So let's verify these are correct or not. In case, let me explain once again this field. Submit a server from address. You may confuse with the from an account username. From is usually something like if the user receives a mail and then they send back. By default, the from address will be selected. So if you own a domain and you are sending a mail from, you can send mail from any of the email address. Like if you put something, it will send automatically from this address, even though the mailbox is not created for this user. So account username is something we created in the server. As you have seen the mail account, we created it. We are using his username and password. So now let's verify this. So the mailbox path is successfully verified. The account credentials are success. Also, we can try sending a test email address, test mail. We are sending an email to our test email Gmail account. Just click send. We can see the mail is sent successfully. Let's check our inbox. We have received our mail here. So SniperPhish able to send mail right now. We are closing the mail account. We click save. Thus we have saved our sender. We created a sender here. Now next step is creating a user group. User group is actually the targeting users, the victim email addresses. For this demo company, I have already a CSV file consisting of employees user email address. Let's check this. You can see I have 5 email address here. These 4 are demo company employees address, And I have already added one email Gmail account. Maybe you'll be interested to see how SniperPhish will be working in a Gmail account. Now let's import this to our SniperPhish. We have imported 5 employees, 5 email accounts here. Just provide some group name. Click save. So we have our sender list ready, user group ready. Now the next step is creating an email template. So this is the email we are going to send to employees of our demo company. Let's create a quick mail template. I have already created one mail body here. Just open this. So this is the scenario. Thank you for your valuable contribution to your company. This is the CEO is sending to its employees, and the CEO is gifting iPhone 11 to these employees in this mail. So they are supposed to log into the reward portal and provide their shipping address. And we have a link need to be added here. Click here to access the reward portal. So this is the mail body. Let me copy this. Let's quickly modify this alignment. So this is our template. Let's check its source code. We can see the HTML body here, but we miss some details like we need to add our tracking code, and then we need to add our phishing website URL. So it's like dear accesses. Just we can provide employee's name here. We have a field name here. Just put here like this. Just put this plain text. So whenever the user, the target email, and whenever the recipient receives a mail, their name will be displayed here instead of name field. So based on this email body, we need to add a reward portal. We already know we have created a phishing website. We need to track that phishing website. So let's click this link. So this is the display link. We have phishing website here. Login.html. We are copying this. This is our first page. Will be opening once the employee click the link on the email body. So here what we need to add additionally, what we are required to add additionally is that there is a field like this, CID equal to, can add CID. So let me explain this. We have a CID here, target user's unique ID. So to identify who clicked this link, we need to provide some value. So based on each recipient, the CID value will be unique for them. So if we are adding like this, we will be able to track which user in the email click the website link. So we already configured here. Let's check the source code. We can see the CID is already configured here. It's the first link. Now here we create the phishing mail body almost. Now one thing is also missing, that is we need to track this email whether it is open or not. So for that we can add one tracker code here. We have option here to add default tracker image, so it will be an invisible image will be adding in the backend. It will be acting as a tracker image. We can add a custom tracker image. If we are adding any images like a signature or company logo, anything, we can make that as a tracker image. We don't need to add additional default tracker invisible image. Here we can add a custom tracker image. We have some sample files here. This is a company logo, so maybe we can add this in the bottom of the mail body to act as a tracker image. So it's said that the logo is so big, let's make it smaller. Thus we created a phishing mail body. We can provide some name here for the template. There is an email subject. We may submit like this. It's a congrats mail or appreciation mail, a gift mail, like for maybe we can create a subject like a congrats. Now let's save this mail body. If you want to add any attachments, we can add here. Maybe we can, for the demo, we can add some random attachment here, like this is my favorite cat picture. Let me add this. So it's attached here. Now we are saving this. So email template is already created. It looks like we already created everything before starting mail campaign. Now let's go and directly create a mail campaign. Click new mail campaign. We provide some name like first mail campaign, and we have a user group created here, and mail template and mail sender we created. Launch time is here. So this is basically the present time. If we want to schedule to future time, let's change here. If we set present time or any past time, the mail campaign will start immediately. For now, for this demo, I'm starting mail campaign immediately. So just click activate mail campaign automatically, so that if I save this, the campaign will start automatically. And we have one field here, message interval. So this is the interval between sending each mails. We can either create a random mail interval or constant mail interval here. Assume that if we are sending email to a company having a large number of employees, like 100 or 1,000 employees, if we send a mail in a bulk, it can be get blocked at their end. They can have some security mechanism to detect unusual mails and block them. So we send a message interval, maybe a random interval. The mail flow will looks like a usual mail flow. So for now, I'm just setting a constant 10-second mail interval. So next, there is a mail fail retry. We no need to change this. It's if the SniperPhish fail to send a mail, it will retry. So the count is set here. By default, we are selecting the 2 itself. Let's click save. Note that if we click save, the mail campaign will start immediately. So as mentioned, there is a scheduled the message shows the scheduled time is in past. This will start the campaign immediately. So also there's a note, this will delete the previous result of this campaign. If we are running this campaign again, if there is any previous recordings, those data will be deleted. So, but we don't need to consider that this is our first campaign here. Let's click save. We can see the status is scheduled. Let's refresh. See, we can see phishing campaign is in progress, as well as mail sending status is in progress. Let's check the report. We can see 2 out of 5 emails has been sent already within this time. Let's wait a few more seconds, so all emails will be sent successfully. 4 mails has been sent. So all mails has been sent. Let's click the refresh dashboard once again. So the mail sending is completed already. 5 out of 5 mails has been sent. We can see the mail sending timeline. It's all the spacing between them are constant because we selected 10-second interval between our emails. So here is the overview. Email sent, email opened, email replied. So we can't see anything, any data here now. Let's open one of the email accounts of the target employee and let's see how the email looks like. For example, let's open Bella's mail account. We can see the mail has been received here. We are opening this mail. So it looks like our logo is not loaded here. There is a protection like to protect your privacy remote have to be blocked. It's just an email. To track this as per this email client, we need to allow this. So we can see the image loaded. Our track is basically our tracker image. Now it should be recorded in the SniperPhish such that the mail has been opened at this time. We can check this here. See, we can see one mail account is opened. Say Bella's mail account is opened here. And similarly, we are clicking this reward portal, assuming that Bella didn't realize this is a phishing mail and she is clicking on this link. So she got the demo company login page. She submitting her email address here. She submitted her personal Gmail address, password, typing 1 2 3 4 5 6, and she's logging in. So it's a default Chrome notification because it basically detects a password submitted is. We just ignore this. She's submitting her name here, Bella, and she selected white color, and for the random I'm submitting 111 ABCD the address. So she is submitting this. Basically you can see there is a CID field. This is specific to this user. If we open another account, the CID will be different. So basically this track the user who clicked this website, who opened this website and who submitted the data. Now we want to see the data in the SniperPhish. This is a email campaign dashboard. So we need both dashboard here, web and email, to see the combined result. Let's check this. This is our mail campaign we created. This is a tracker we initially created. So we select both this. This is the combined dashboard. We can see the overall details here. We have created two campaigns and two pages. One is page visit. There is an option to see the page visit entries here. The page is open, it will record here. If there is information, it will record here. Basically, this looks like meet our time data. We send our mail. This is our mail campaign. After some time, the Bella is opened the mail and she clicked the link. She opened the website, then she submitted the data. So we can see the dashboard here also, both the email and the web details. Here we can see the combined result as a tabular form. And we can see the old emails here. Currently only Bella has opened the mail. So we can see the time, public IP, and time she submitted, and whether she submitted or not. The form data, everything can be seen here. And let me open one more mail account. Maybe you will like to see the Gmail account. I'm opening Gmail account here, like a victim. So we have received a phishing mail here. By default, Gmail will load the email, our tracking image in its backend proxy, so we can easily identify whether this mail is open or not. Let's refresh this. We see two email accounts has been opened. You can see one is Gmail account. So we identified the second Gmail account is open. Now let's assume this account, the account user detected this is a suspicious email, and or this account user need to know more details about this email. So the user is sending a mail back to the sender. Yo, who are you? The user send a mail back to the CEO's mail account. So it looks like the user detected this is a suspicious email and user need to know more details. Let's wait a few minutes to be reached here. It will take a few minutes to receiving the CS mailbox, like email replied is nothing. Let's wait a few more seconds. In the meantime, I will open this mail account and click this link. So we can see that this ID here. If we check the Bella's email account, there is a separate ID. So this basically means the account, both this email account, they are tracking separately based on this ID value. So we don't need to forget to append the CID value in the URL field when we create a mail body. So we are not submitting anything here. Just close this, and we are refreshing this. So after some time, we have received a mail here. Also, we open that mail, it's tracked here. Let's see what the user replied here. We don't see a field here to see the reply mail. So let's click this. Here we can select table and the mail campaign. We can check mail reply. So this means whether to show the whether mail is replied or not. We can add one more column, mail reply content. So we can see the mail reply content here. So before that, let me explain this table data field once again. This first entry means the user is supposed to submit multiple data. If we want to see all data, we select all entries. If we want to see the first one only, just click this. Now we selected mail reply, click apply. So this is a table here. See that mail reply content. Based on our table selected, click on view. So we can see our mail reply here. So if we send one more reply here, test, like test. After some time, when the email reaches here, we can see the second mail here. Let's wait some more time. We can also check the mail account of the CEO user. We can see the mail who our initial mail has been received here. So refresh. So we have received the second test mail also. Let's check this in SniperPhish. So first mail is here, second reply mail is here. So we can also track like this the replies we received in our phishing mail. So I hope everyone understood how we can create a web and email based phishing campaign. I have shown you the email campaign dashboard and web mail campaign dashboard. So if we want to see the web tracker data alone, we can select this and click on the report. We can see the all details, client ID, public ID, private IP, hit time, user agent is displayed here. So we can separately see the web tracker, the web page activities alone here if we need it. And if we want to see the email activity alone here, we go to this tab. And if we want to see both email and web details combined, let's open this tab. I will show you how we can export the report here. So we have that data here. Basically, the table shows the selected fields and its values. If we are exporting, if we want to add additional fields, let's click on settings. If we click on all entries will be added. For now, we have only performed one action. Like if we are clicking once again, it should be tracked here. So we have multiple entries here. You can see 2 times the account is opened, so 2 times the IP address is tracked, so 2 times the first visit. So now we are going to export this. Just click on export. We provide some file name. We are exporting the campaign result here. Just select export type. For now, I'm selecting SLS. Here we can see the whole data here as we saw in the SniperPhish dashboard. So this is basically how SniperPhish works for web and email-based campaign. There are some additional features I would like to familiarize with you. For example, if the company that if you are sending a mail campaign to a phishing company and they need a separate they have a specific time zone format, we can just change here based on their requirement. We have multiple time zone format. For example, if they don't want to see the time, just click on display format is just based on this format. So time will all data will be recorded in this form. Basically, it's not recording, it's actually displaying in the SniperPhish. So whenever you need a different format, just select like that. For example, I'm selecting this one. This format, based on this, the timestamp will be shown as like this. Just click save. Now let's go back to email campaign dashboard. Now we are selecting the campaign. We can see the start time is like this, and all formats are changed. If we export the report, the timestamp will be like this. So we have some advanced customization in the timestamp format also. And this is basic working of web and email based campaign. As mentioned initially, there are some additional modules added in the SniperPhish. These are mainly for supporting us to perform this phishing campaign easily. Let's see what are these. First, let's go to home page. We can see the campaign we created initially. There's a one mail campaign we created and web tracker we created, and there is no symbol tracker. Let's see what this symbol tracker is. You can go to symbol tracker. Symbol tracker basically means, as the name indicates, a symbol tracker code that can be used in the phishing email or any website you are sending or you are hosting. So this is basically an image that you can add in that mail body or any website pages. When the page is open or the mail is open, this will track here. If you want to quickly track a single mail, you can use this. Now, I'm not actually creating a mail with this. Let's see how this works. I'm creating a simple tracker. I name just tracker1. Click on save. The tracker is created. Now I'm copying this. I copy this. This is the image, HTML image. I'm just copying this image only. We can start this tracker. Now I'm opening a new tab and let me add one dummy value 1122. So it's a hidden image. It's a 1px image. Basically, if you add any email body or website, it will not be visible. Now I have opened this image. It should have tracked in the backend. Let's see. Checking for a report. You can see that the image is opened, this client ID. We have added in the end of the URL as a public IP mail. And so basically, it's a simple track class that name indicates. Now let's see the other modules. It's basically payloads and sniper host. At present, we have not really added this in GitHub. We are really testing this in our in our environment. Once we see that it's really working, and we will pull back to our GitHub repository. Let's see first payloads. Payloads are actually, for example, if we are sending an email, we need to add some payloads like exe files, CSV files. Like it will be downloaded at the client side, and when the client click on that, we will be getting reverse connection. In that case, these are some tested methods. As name indicates, a reflective P and DLL. This means that when we create a exe or any DLL binary, it will execute in the memory and it will not be tracked and it will not detected by AV. This is an easy method, easy option I have added in the SniperPhish. Let's see how we can create this. We can easily use the MSFVNO to create a reverse shell. If we create a reverse shell using MSFVNO, it will you are definitely sure it will detect by almost all antivirus. But what we are doing here is we are creating a DLL or exe reverse shell using MSFVNO, and if we upload this into our SniperPhish, it will convert that into a reflective DLL or P correspondingly. So if we use any PowerShell commands to execute this DLL in the target victim machine, it will be executed without detecting any AV. You can see the sample DLL and binaries we create in the SniperPhish main website demo website. We are not really going to create MSFVNO payload here and uploading here. And just familiarizing all this with you only. And similarly, we have one more module like a host, sniper host. It's basically nothing but hosting any payloads, any files, anything that can be used with we are using with the SniperPhish. For example, if we are hosting any files, if we want to upload some payloads and we are uploading here, and this will create a direct download link, and you can directly send that into a phishing mail. You don't need to depend on any third-party website to upload and get a direct download link. Additionally, if we are uploading any files here, we can also select a corresponding content type header. For example, if we are uploading a plain text file, we want a direct plain text link, we can use the file here, test bar plain. For example, if we want to perform a quick spear phishing attack using a plain HTML file, and you don't have any option to host the phishing website, you can select the test bar HTML and upload here directly. So it will generate a download link. You can send that to the victim. So the HTML page will be displayed in the website. In the web browser itself. So you don't need to depend on any third-party hosting. This is basically for a quick support option. Actually, we don't really host here because this is presently only support one HTML page. If we want to create a real working scenario like this, like the one I demonstrated, we are hosting in a separately. Let me show you plain text. This is similar to files. In here we are hosting a plain text data. For example, AABB. Type something and give some name test, and we can select a encryption or encoding algorithm. This is a corresponding base 64 for this. And if we select additional one, base 32, it generates a base 32 after creating a base 64 of this value. So basically, this is a base 32 of base 60 value of this ARBB. So this is a quick encryption option we have provided here. If we are encrypting any payloads that is used in the phishing campaign, for example, the scenario is like this. We have a PowerShell script that is used to download our encrypted payload and execute in the victim's machine. And for that, we can add our payload here. It will generate the encrypted form or encoded form here corresponding to the encoding or encryption algorithm we choose. We can select the output file format. It can be a plain text file usually. We select content type header. Then we click save. We click on view or edit. We have generated direct link here. Just copy this. So we get a direct link for this encoded payload. Like this, we can use this encoded payload if we have a scenario we need to use that in a phishing campaign, payloads, and execute in a client side or the victim side. We can use this method. So this is basically we are currently developing trying to improve this. Later we will be adding in the GitHub repo. I think this is we can finalize the demo here. We have explained almost all features of the SniperPhish. If you want to feed this SniperPhish, just go to, and if you want to see how the interface looks like and everything, you can go to our website, sniperphishhost.com, and click on demo. We have posted demo SniperPhish here for a demo. Just log in. You can see how the SniperPhish looks like. And now we can go to next session. Now we are back to our slide. These are the future activities we plan to do with the phishing toolkit SniperPhish. The first one is a shareable link of dashboard. Suppose you are performing the phishing campaign for a client and you want to show them how the campaign is in progress. Then you can create a link of the campaign dashboard and send to them. So they will get the updated idea about how the campaign is progressing. User geolocation mapping is like we are plotting the user location in the world map. For example, if the user opens a mailbox and he opens the phishing mail, we will get tracked. So we can track the user based on their IP, and we can plot their geolocation based on that. And the website cloner with the preview and hosting option. Currently, we do not have a website cloner module in the phishing toolkit. We will be adding that soon. Binary payloads and codes. Suppose if you are sending phishing email with the payloads, binary payloads, you can have the option to encode them with the help of SniperPhish. We can convert it into any other format or using a plain text format using the payload encoders. And you can use that along with the phishing campaign. Next one is more payloads and modules. We will be adding more payloads and more encoders soon. And the API, we will be developing an API so that if you have any toolkit or any software that you want to integrate with the SniperPhish, you can use that. And next one is based on your suggestion. If you have any feedback or any new module suggestion, new feature suggestion, let us know. These are the reference links and download. You can visit our phishing website, and also if you like to contribute, visit our GitHub repository, and we are expecting some new pull requests from your side and as a new contributor. And it's the time to say bye. Thanks everyone for listening us. Hope you all guys liked our session and the phishing toolkit we developed.
Thank you all for joining today's demo session on SniperPhish. Hope all of you would be interested in evaluating our phishing toolkit and will be able to provide us with your valuable feedback and new feature request. If you would like to contribute, please create a pull request. We will review and merge it to the main branch. Of course, your contributions would be acknowledged on our main page. Thanking you again.